Kerry, yesterday, not really happy overall with the effort. Went back to the hotel or host housing.
Host housing.
Shout
out Corey Coons.
What goes through your head? What are you thinking about? What are you going to do different starting for today's race?
Well, with the course being the same, I knew this was going to be a super tactical race again. And so the first objective was to keep the bike upright. Yesterday, I had a little slip out, which made me lose contact with the front group with 3 to go or so. So that's what hurt me there. And then so today it was just to be there at the end and see how things sorted out. And I hit double trouble with a lap and a half to go, and I think somebody bobbled, which catapulted me out to an immediate 5-second gap or so. And it was just, I was out there by myself, so I knew that those guys were going to be looking at each other, and it was just head down. And I knew that first bit was going to be crucial to build on that gap, and then I came through the finish with 1 to go with 15 seconds. So it was I knew I had a shot to hold it, and man, it was tough, but I ended up getting it. So
it really looked like every time through that there was a regrouping, a sitting up, and with 2 to go, that seems to be where this all started. And you were the guy who was you made the move. You weren't going to sit in. You weren't going to wait and wait for everybody to regroup.
Yeah, well, that regrouping, it really allowed a lot of the guys that were kind of hanging in the back of the race to slinky their way back up to the front, and that was causing a bunch of confusion. And with one of the critical parts of the course being right here at the beginning, there's a pretty steep ride up that if you're at the front, you can ride, and then the further back you are, the more risk you have of having to get off. So I knew that I got to the front and I was going to gas it through that bit and through the woods and see what happened, and that's what I did. And then I ended up being in the front when people bobbled. So yeah, that's how it went down.
C2 race, but C1 field. You had Powers out there, you have Hyatt out there, you got Rob Peters out there. So this had to be a good feeling, especially being able to hold them all off at the end. It's got to give you some more confidence. You're already looking strong going into the season, but more confidence going forward.
Yeah, for sure, getting a win here in the first weekend of cross season is huge for me. I came into this weekend trying to get on the podium and pick up where last year left off, and so we're right on schedule for that. And like you said, especially with the field that there is with Steven and Powers and Rob Peters here, so this was no joke of a win for me, and yeah, I couldn't be more happy.
How did the rivalry between you and Hyde from mountain bike season play into this race?
Well, I just told Steven, this season isn't so much about number results for me, it's more about placement. And so as long as I'm in front of him, I'm happy.